What were the original drivers that had your organization looking for a measurement management system?
So I'm not sure about the original drivers, but I came in about 2015, and at that time our company was going through a big reorg and a revamp, and then we went for tender for 3 of the major measurement platforms, and FLOWCAL was one of them. I have to actually say, at that time I was kind of cheering for another one because I knew the people that worked there and they were familiar with me, and me with them, and I could not in good conscience vote for those other people because FLOWCAL was much better.
Okay.
They did win our RFQ, and we went with them.
So why did you make that decision?
The presentation was very professional. The product was good. We asked questions, can you do this? And they did that. They were very willing to work with us. And we had some special requests, and they implemented them for us.
That's awesome.
On doing like mass measurement and stuff. And FLOWCAL was the only one that could do that.
Often people talk about FLOWCAL and the field applications as the industry standard for measurement. Why do you think, or how do you think FLOWCAL received that reputation?
Well, I noticed FLOWCAL is always at the industry groups. For us, it was CSHM. They were always there. They're always in front of the people. They were aggressive, I guess, in their industry participation. And we noticed that, and that was a very positive step.
Yeah, it's definitely been one of our priorities to stay very engaged and be part of the conversation, if not helping to lead it. So that's awesome. Why would you recommend today that your industry peers use FLOWCAL or the field applications?
Well, now FLOWCAL is kind of the industry standard. It's the largest one out there. They're the ones that seem to dominate the market, and they have the best systems. So why would you go for a second choice? So I think FLOWCAL, there was like at the early years, I think there was more competition, and now it seems like FLOWCAL's pulled ahead. Okay. And they buy their competitors.
We have done that a couple times, huh? As Quorum. Okay, some fun questions. What's one of your favorite memories? And maybe share how many years you've been working with FLOWCAL, but what's one of your favorite memories working with the application or the people?
Well, I remember in 2015, that's when I started. And then a few years later, I mean, FLOWCAL was pretty familiar with it. And someone came up and said, oh, can you give us your compressor fuels for the US? And I said, sure. I ran the report, and they're like, really? This fast? Like, I thought this would take a week or two. And it was just pressing a button. So people have been impressed with how the data is gathered and how you can report on it.
All right, what's one of your favorite features or tools within the application?
Well, one of the things that I found was interesting was the VCF, the volume correction factor. And we monitor that with our flow computers and with our meters. And this one time we were getting all these errors on the VCF. So we looked at it and found out that our flow computers, the firmware version we had in it, was actually making mistakes. And it was being caught in FLOWCAL. So we went to the vendor and said, what's wrong with the flow computers? And they were saying, well, no one else is complaining about this. And we said, well, we have the evidence. So we presented them the evidence, and today our flow computers are all different versions, and they're being corrected.